Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy bonus reading for the elemental energy of Earth. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have Earth high up in your chart, then this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read, or you're just curious about an updated version, there is a link in the description to a natal chart through Llewellyn. It gives you your base 12 houses and 10 to 20 page description of what all those little symbols mean, because there's a lot there. Right now I am just shuffling the cards for the bonus reading, and the bonus readings I like to use the Celtic cross because I feel like it gives us the best snapshot in time as to what's going on in the big energies around us. So we're almost done pulling the cards. I read intuitively, so if you see something different with the cards, feel free to leave that in the comments down below. It's always interesting to hear other people's inner guidance. Sometimes you might be seeing something that I don't, and that might be helping somebody else who happens to be seeing the video. So it's always interesting to see how the dynamic plays out with people. So, one more card. And if you're curious about any of the decks that I'm using, they are linked in the description, and those links are affiliate links, so they do support the channel when you click through those. Let's get started with your significator. So this is the totality of who you are in this moment, little snapshot of time here. In Earth, you have the Four of Swords. Swords are air, which is the opposite of Earth. And so this is a little bit of a challenge. It's almost feeling like you've had your battles and you're kind of done. You don't want to do anymore. Like, this is the ones you've achieved. You're still holding on to one. You're ready to go to it if you need to. But in this moment, it's really about coming to terms with the fact you may not need to do that anymore. But there's this call to rest. There's this call to understand how far you've come. You're ready to deal with another situation if you need to. But in this moment, this energy is saying, don't worry about it. Yes, you're prepared. That's actually a good thing, to be prepared. But you don't have to go looking for it. That's what this is saying, is take the time to just relax for a little bit and allow yourself to breathe. Because when it's time for the action to move forward, you're already ready for it. The energy that's crossing you, that's interesting, your own energy is crossing you, is the Six of Pentacles. Normally this comes across as a positive energy because you're sharing, you're being supportive, but in this case it's giving too much of yourself and not taking care of yourself. See, when it's upright and you're sharing, that means you're working together, you're building something supportive. But when it's a crossing or contrarian energy, which is what this one's for, it's saying you're doing this too much. You're giving too much of yourself, Earth. You've been handing this over to other people, and that's why currently you are feeling exhausted and need a break. You're still feeling a little bit on edge, almost like this. If you're a workaholic or you know someone who is, when their downtime comes, a long day off or whatever, they're constantly moving because to be still is to be basically unnerved. It's very uncomfortable for them. And that's the energy that's coming in here, is even in your downtime, you feel like you have to keep giving and giving and giving and giving. And it's really not beneficial. So the energy that's crossing you is really saying, learn how to say no. It's okay to use that word. It's two little letters, but I swear it's the hardest one in the English language to say. So when you're dealing with situations this month, understand it's okay to take a downtime and take a break. Be prepared. That's awesome. But don't overgive this month. Keep some back, because you can't pour from an empty cup, whatever term you want to fill in there. You need to be able to take care of yourself, because that's where your challenge is. You've been doing too much almost for other people. Your higher self is bringing in the energy of number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, or Fortune's Wheel is the title of this one. And it's really talking about the cycles of life. Right now is a time for rest. Your cycle of life, if your higher self is bringing in, is saying, take the breath, take the time, allow yourself the gift of frivolity. Do something fun that doesn't have to do with work, that doesn't have to do with giving to somebody else. Watch that stupid comedy, read that romance novel that everyone would give you grief for. do the thing that brings you joy, but it's not a work related thing. It's not a, I must be out giving and doing, and no, take the time for yourself. And that's the Wheel of Fortune's energy, is sometimes things are up, some things are down. This is a lower period. It's saying it's not low as in bad, it's low as in lower your energy and allow yourself to relax. Not always the easiest thing though, Earth. I fully understand that. Your lower self, which is your shadow, the part of you that you shove back, your subconscious mind that you try to repress, is the Five of Wands. There's a lot of passion behind your eyes, Earth, and that's why this quiet energy is such a challenge for you. Even though that's what your soul's crying out for, you could either be celebrating or it could be a war. That doesn't matter. That's not the point. Fire is bringing in this passionate energy, and your shadow is like, listen, I understand you have a lot of irons in the fire, you have a lot going on here, Earth, but you also need to learn how to sort it out, pick the most important one, deal with that, then move on to the next. It doesn't mean you have to have it all yesterday. It doesn't mean you have to do it all tomorrow. It's saying prioritize things in the way that's best for you, which ties into that Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes the priority is get as much as you can done. Other times that priority is take a break. You don't need to be doing everyone else's problems. You don't need to be solving everything. And that's the energy that's coming in here. So your middle pillar of the reading, get these all lined up here, is saying everything's in cycle. Right now is not one of your times to be super busy, so it's okay to take a break. Your current energy is to take the break. You've done enough. It's time to relax. Be prepared for the next leg of your journey, but you don't have to stress about it. Because your inner world, your shadow, is saying there's so much chaos that you have dealt with, and there's so much that you're okay with dealing with, that you almost forget to take time for yourself. So this energy is coming in really strongly, saying, Earth, it's okay to take a day off. It's okay to not be rushing around taking care of everyone else's situations. It's okay to be yourself and be free of the chaos. So enjoy that. Your immediate history, which is the last 1 month, 6 months, or a year, is the Five of Cups. There's been some emotional issues in the past a little bit here. Something has been a little bit of a trial or tribulation, and you feel like you have maybe lost out. You've missed an opportunity. And what Source is saying is, yeah, you might have missed these three, but notice they're down below you. They're not worthy of you. But you still have more above you. Meaning you've done the work. You've got higher ambitions. Why worry over the things that you can't have in the moment? Because maybe those things weren't the best options. Earth, we're usually given multiple choices in any instance that we're in. And if you deny it, that just means that you're not looking, because there's always yes and a no. There's always this or that. Sometimes there's even more than that. And in this last 1 month, 6 months, or a year, it's saying you feel like you've lost more than you achieved. But the reality is what you lost was stuff that you didn't need in the first place. But what you achieved is what brought you to your success point now, which is why you've earned the rest. The Wheel of Fortune's not saying rest because you're lazy. It's saying, good grief, take a break, which is kind of a fun message. But at the same time, it's like, oh, wait, you mean I have to take a break? You don't have to, but it's recommended. Your immediate future, the next 1 month, 6 months, or a year, this is where that energy of don't get so focused on just one priority. There's other options. This is not the end game. You have a gateway behind you, meaning there's more coming. There's another door opening. Yes, you have achieved your coin, which is Earth energy, but there's more there. There's another opportunity. There's another opening. You also are getting a higher energy guide here that's coming in to say, there's something, and you know this, Earth. You're getting these in dreams right now. It's leading to your future, the next 1 month, 6 months, or a year. You're feeling inspired because you have achieved this version. But where does that tunnel lead? Where are you headed next? Like, you've achieved it. That's what's allowing you to rest in the moment. But where are you going from here? It doesn't say that you have to make that decision right now. But down the road, the next 1 month, 6 months, or a year, there's going to be a decision being made. Remember, you do have a higher force at play that's going to be supporting you or guiding you. So pay attention to that. Your higher self is saying the Wheel of Fortune, that wheel that brings things up and brings things down. Right now you're in the quiet part. That wheel is also going to turn where it starts to lift you, which is ironic because if you look at this tunnel, it's a going up tunnel. So you've got another You've achieved one thing, but now it's time to start moving up again, and that's in the future. So right now, take the break. Your inner world, so this is kind of the way you view things, your inner voice, monologue, whichever, is number 17, the star. This is really saying that you're the center of your little bubble right now, your world, whatever you want to call it. And that's actually a good thing and a bad thing, because it's saying, look, everything rotates around you. It does, just like everyone else. Because the inner world is trying to put you at the center, build your ego. And the ego is not a benefit, ever. But the other part of the star is, look at how far you've come. You've got good luck going for you. You've achieved great things. You're allowing yourself the gift of rest. And sometimes that's the part that's the hardest, is when you understand when you're at the center and everything's moving around you. What do you have to do there, Earth? Pause. Breathe. It's okay to let the rest of the stuff go move, because yes, it's circling around you, but it's also saying that means you don't have to do anything right now. So your inner world is even giving you that advice that yes, there's some chaos, there may be some chaos swirling, there may be some things going on, that's fine. Find your center, and in the moment, just enjoy watching it. Be like, look, I've got all this stuff going, that's cool. I'm just going to hang out for a second, let it settle down, because there's a lot there. I don't need to be involved in this right now. And that is actually a really positive thing for your inner world, because it's observing what's happening, knowing that right now you don't have to be involved. You can just enjoy the view, watch the vision, enjoy the show, whatever you want to call it. Your outer world, this is the things that are outside of your control but do have an influence on you, is the Three of Wands. This is, again, we're feeling this energy of this. This is interesting. Normally I see this as the opposite, but I feel like this is you this time. So you're being observed. The higher energies are watching how you're responding to things right now. And it is also going to inspire you, because you're looking up going, what's going on? Why are you watching me? And this higher energy, this passionate energy, this Three of Wands energy is saying, I'm observing you because I want you to realize how far you've come. I want you to call forth your passion. Just like your shadow is saying, you've got a lot going on behind the scenes. You may not want to admit it. But this Three of Wands is saying, you're going to admit it because it's time for that to come into the light. It's time for you to look into your shadow. See what treasure is waiting there. Your shadow is where we put the stuff that we've been told is bad, that we've repressed, things that we feel are so evil about ourselves. But the Three of Wands is actually saying, let's pull that out. What treasure, what gem is hidden in your shadow? Because your shadow's a little messy right now. But it's also trying to encourage you to acknowledge it. You don't have to go digging in. Literally, the simplest way to look at your shadow is be like, what do I need to learn in this moment? Your shadow will bring it forward, and then you can, as you've gotten older, you may realize this is something that happened when you were like 5. But now you can see why that was frivolous, and you can actually forgive, love, and release it. You still hold the lesson, but now you're more of a complete version of you. And that's this energy that's coming in here from the outside. It's like, we're going to reveal some truth to you. You're probably not going to like it. Most times that's the case. Most of us don't like to be told the truth. But in this situation, it's a necessary truth, because it's going to help you sort this chaos, because that's your shadow. The hopes and fears. So this could be something really great, something really spooky. So something you're passionate about, Earth, is really being called out of you right now. Like, you've repressed this, and the universe is like, no more. Draw it out. Because your Page of Wands is your hopes and fears. The hope for this is really actually fun. It's saying, I hope I'm doing the right thing. I hope this doesn't get me laughed at or embarrassed, but I hope I'm not making mistakes, because the page is literally a beginner in this section. They've went through 1 through 10 in the regular cards, but now they're into the royal cards. So you've learned a lot, but now it's time to do it on your own, is what I'm feeling here. And so your hope is, I got this, I can do this, I hope I don't mess up. But your fear is, what if I fail? What if you fail? You start over and do it again. But your hope is the strong one here. I'm really feeling that hope aspect come through really powerfully, because yes, you've been helped, you've been guided, and now it's time for you to step out. The Three of Wands in your outer world is saying, we're going to reveal some stuff. Your shadow is where the chaos is, but the chaos is saying, would you listen? Let's get this out in the open. What is it that you're really passionate about that you have been ignoring? Is it that crafting project that you've always were told, oh, that's not fill in the blank gender, that's not good for that? I was always told that crocheting was girly. I still do it. I don't care what they think. And sometimes you'll see women who do metal welding and they're like, that's not a womanly thing. That's a man's job. Who cares? Literally, who cares? Can you hold the torch? Go for it. Can you hold the crochet hook or the knitting needles? Yes, then go for it. Get your passion out. You might win. You might do great. You might fail. Who cares? Bring it out and let yourself be more fully who you are, Earth. That's the energy I'm feeling here, which is really strong. Your overall outcome is your energy, is the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to come out of this shining. You're going to reflect your light to others. You are going to inspire them. You're also in a little bit of protective mode here. The Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Earth is usually one of the more stable, grounded knights in the lower minor arcana. And so with this energy, it's saying you're strong, you're stable, you are coming into a stronger awareness of who you are, because every time we open up another door in our shadow, we integrate more of who we are, which fulfills our destiny, basically. And that's what's coming in, is you're able to protect, you're able to guide, you're able to reflect the glory of heaven because you went through these trials, because you've accepted some of this stuff, because you have learned that, yes, that may be something that's part of me, but that also means I get to grow from that. So Earth, overall, before we get into your oracle cards, you are very, very grounded here in take a break in the moment, because when that wheel starts to turn on an upward spike again, things are going to start moving pretty quickly, but it's going to lead to you being an inspiration of some form to another person. It could be another Earth energy. It could be another kind of type of elemental energy altogether. It could be your kid, your spouse. It doesn't really matter. But when you start to really do this work, Earth, you're going to be a shining example is what I keep hearing. So see how that plays out for you in the upcoming month, because this is a very fun little reading here. So I am going to do your oracle cards here real quick. With that being said, if you see something different in the cards, again, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Each of the cards, if you have a question specifically, go ahead and ask that. Pause the video now and ask your question. And then, sorry, work things, because I do my videos in one shot. Ask your question, or you can get other clarifications from the rest of the cards or the reading. So let's, whoop, that card did not want to come out. Popped up and then said no, which does happen with the cards a lot, unfortunately. So let's see. There we go. So your first oracle is number 39, the Me Talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Earth, this is your time to just take a chill. Just like with the core of your card, it's saying it's time to relax. This is the energy that's coming in for you in this moment. It is time to take the break. It's okay, let the world do its thing, because it's time for you to repair. By relaxing, you're able to recover. By relaxing, you're able to heal more. And that's what's being called forth. And 39 is 313s, which is also a good balanced number as far as I'm concerned when grounding. So just take the time to relax. I'm sure there's more to that. I'm not a numerologist. That's the vibe I get off the card. Your second message is number 34, the lay of the land, the ancestral wisdom. When we take the time to relax and tap into deeply who we are, you start to understand the shadow behind you. And when you do that, you start to understand that shadow's there to actually support you. It can be a nightmare to deal with if you're fighting it, but when you start to actually understand what it's offering, you realize that it's just you. You're fighting your own reflection. It's just the darker side. It's all of the things that you didn't want to look at. And when we understand the lay of the land, this allows us to expand and develop a deeper reality of who we are, which also allows us to tap more into that outcome card of being able to reflect this glory of heaven to the world around us. And our third card is number 50, Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure. This is also your future energy, which was the Page of Pentacles. There's more going on here than what meets the eye. The river, you never step in the same river twice. The Spirit of the River is saying it's time to release the past. It's time to understand that there are ebbs and flows. Right now is the time to quiet, and then when you're ready, you're going to start moving again, and it's going to start off slow, but you're going to gain momentum. And this is where the adventure comes in, because you may not know your actual outcome. You might have a vision out there in the ether, this is where I'm going, but that doesn't mean that you know all the steps to get there just yet. The universe always keeps a couple secrets for themselves. So with that, I will let you guys and gals go. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, all that fun internet stuff, and I will see you in the next video.